time is now 6:16. It's time for What's Trending. Well, the Super Bowl was yesterday, and in Milwaukee, police officer Herb Davis had a memorable trip to the Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles to see his beloved Cincinnati Bengals play. Davis was sent to the Super Bowl by 620 WTMJ and Good Karma Brands radio after a groundswell of support after he was shot and injured on January 27th while on duty. Davis became a lifelong Bengals fan because of his dad, who grew up in Ohio. When his team advanced, people in Milwaukee donated to a GoFundMe to send him to the big game before the radio station came through with the tickets. Speaking from his hotel room in LA, Davis said that I'm blessed and I'm thankful and grateful for the opportunity to be here, and I'm going to take in every little bit of it that I can. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So that's so sweet to be gifted Super Bowl tickets, because me and Kevin were looking at them last week and they were between $12,000 to $14,000. I'm thinking that's probably the cheapest you could probably get. So to have the community come out to support a fellow EMS worker is just so great.
It's just insane when you see tickets that are just that expensive, though. And I thought I saw posting around online somewhere. I think it might have been the Sunday Night Football in America Facebook page that posted that someone sold his house to go to the game. I hope that's not true, but that's a little crazy to put it in on-air terms to do something like that.
That's a very expensive ticket.
Yeah, that is very expensive. I would hope your team won to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine actually selling your house to do that, but because the TV coverage was actually pretty good last night.
It was. I was very impressed. Shout out to NBC. They did a great job with the coverage, and notice their new graphics at the bottom of the screen too. They launched.
I was okay with it.
It was a little smaller than what I'm used to, but I mean, you usually see the TV networks that cover the Super Bowl launch new graphics with that. But back to the topic at hand here with this police officer, I mean, that's really cool to be able to get to cheer your team on. I mean, unfortunately, the Bengals fell short, but this was one of those games I was personally okay with either team winning. It was a good, hard-fought game. And I actually got the margin of error right, 3 points. I said 38-35 in overtime, so I got the margin of error right.
Good for you.
It was a great game. Otherwise, let's stick with the Super Bowl theme. And after after 2 decades, Dr. Evil is back, but is he actually evil? Mike Myers has reprised the beloved character in General Motors Super Bowl commercial that aired last night. He was joined by fellow Austin Powers co-star Seth Green, Rob Lowe, and Mindy Sterling. In the ad, Dr. Evil agrees to help save the planet from climate change before he takes it over. The commercial features GM's new electric vehicles like the Hummer EV, SUV, and pickup, the Cadillac Lyriq, and the Chevy Silverado EV. And yesterday's commercials took a while to get going, in my opinion at least.
I agree with you.
But they were probably better than they have been in years past. I like the Amazon one with the mind reader. You remember that? I think that was like in the 3rd quarter sometime, but that was my favorite commercial.
Yeah, I mean, and this ad here looks pretty interesting too. Just watching it, there were a few that were pretty interesting too. There was that one where it was like someone climbing a tree and their spicy Doritos and Cheetos fell off a tree and animals started eating it. Then they started a whole bunch of dancing. There was another good one. There was one that kind of tugged at the heartstrings too.
Was it the Budweiser commercial?
Was it Budweiser?
Because Budweiser always has the Clydesdales, and like last year they had the
It was the one where the animals were on, or this animatronics were on a stage and their place shuts down and they get reunited in a virtual reality. So
yeah, I do remember that. That was a nice heartfelt one.
Yeah, it was a heartfelt one. The most weirdest commercial that I thought was very weird. I think it was one of those cryptocurrency ones where it's just this little. Was it
Bitcoin?
One of those, Bitcoin was just that QZ code, whatever you call it, one of those codes.
The QR code.
QR code. I'm like, what is this? Yeah, so that was probably a big thumbs down in my opinion. But some of the commercials got pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so too as well. So
yeah, so this took a little bit, but overall I'd say they were pretty decent this year in a few cases. But a 14-year-old Pennsylvania boy is learning that good deeds have rewards. Cohen Stahl has been busy shoveling snow from around his fire hydrants and his neighbor's driveways, asking nothing in return. The teen created a snowplow by putting a blade in the front of his ATV. You've heard the phrase, no good deed goes unpunished. Well, that's just what happened. Cohen's ATV caught fire and was destroyed, unfortunately. The local fire department learned about this, about the good deeds and misfortune, and took to social media. And a nearby ATV dealer heard the story and set up a GoFundMe page to raise money to replace the burned out ATV. and within a day, nearly $6,000 was raised. And that's great to see, and obviously a public service announcement. As most of us know, in the Northwoods, you always want to make sure to show out those fire hydrants, though, because you never know when the fire department will need them to be able to put fires out and everything else. And whenever you get a lot of snow, sometimes those fire hydrants get buried. You want to make sure to keep those easily accessible for the men and women in uniform, because those minutes can be crucial.
Yes, for sure. But it's good to see the community come forward and give him the snowmobile because he does
ATV,
use it. Good reason. I'm sorry, HEV.
It's all right, ATV. It's a Monday.
Yeah, like you guys mentioned, like you don't typically see teenagers going out and doing these things for free, or you know, just getting out and about, getting away from all the screen time. So it's really cool to see that this kid took his own initiative and is just doing good things for his community, and they paid him back for it.
Yeah, it's great to see. I mean, whenever life gives you lemons and you make lemonade, it's probably the best way to put it right there.
And it's a good workout, too.
A good workout, and let's